Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports, live from the FanStream Sports studios in North Dallas. I am IndyCarTim, and we have a rare treat. As one John Gerber, the Gerb man, Gerber, is right here live in studio with us. Hello, Johnny.
We do have a studio, right? So it's still here.
I told you it was still here.
Well, I'm sure. Well, I didn't know if it was going to melt away because I got here, and it is as hot here as I can remember in June.
Dude, it's hot outside right
It's
now.
hot. Is it just me? I mean, I know I came from the north, right? And I know it's not, like, hot like here.
I mean, you're wearing...
Damn, it's hot.
You're wearing a black long-sleeve shirt.
Has zero to do with that. It's hot. Like, I got out of my car, and it's not even heat index.
No?
It said 102.
Dude,
That's just temperature.
It was like 110 last Monday.
That's I mean, we're used to that in kind of July, end of July, August, but in beginning of June,
Yeah, it's not good.
woo, boy, it was hot.
You know what they say? If you don't like the weather in Texas, just wait a minute.
Yeah, it'll get hotter.
Yeah, it'll be worse.
Yeah, it'll get hotter.
It's the stupidest saying
Great
I've
to
ever
be
heard.
back in studio for sure. What coming off such a great U.S. Open, right? I mean, like it or not, like the winner or not, 80-1. How about Wyndham Clark? 80-1. No one didn't have it on the card, but what a cool U.S. Open. A lot of storylines, a lot of going into Sunday. How cool was that, man? Some of the big names in golf were there, and Ricky and Rory, and all these guys, man. What a great compelling.
It was a lot of fun.
It was, man. It was awesome.
We got to hang out a little bit and watch some golf and talk a lot about, it's funny because yesterday as the leaders were teeing off, as the last couple of groupings were teeing off, I said, if we had to pick out of Rory or Ricky Fowler, which one would we rather? Because I never even put Wyndham Clark in the conversation, right?
And no one did, right? I mean, really, you got those. And what did we both say? We both said the same thing, either or.
Right, it would be fine either way.
Yeah, the either or. And, like we said, I mean, no one even had Wyndham Clark in that picture, man. So if anyone out there that listens had Wyndham Clark winning this golf tournament or even had him on the card, good for you.
You're lying if you did.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. But we certainly weren't lying on our picks this week or on our matchups for sure. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
No, we will. We'll get into those. Johnny had a really good week here, especially with his matchups, and we'll get into that towards the end of the show. But, man, what an exciting U.S. Open. You had guys kind of bashing the golf course a little bit, and after what was it, Fowler was at 8 under on Thursday, shot an 8 under, and I said, what the hell is going on? This isn't a U.S. Open, and you were like, man, the USGA people are pissed right now.
Yeah.
And I said, does this mean like a 25 under is going to win it? And you're like, no, it's probably going to be, 8 or 10.
8. It'd be between 8 and 10 after those first. And that's what it was. And it really shocked me that somebody got, that 10 did win. But we talked about at the beginning of the week that we thought 8 under would win. But when you get softer conditions, like they had so much marine layer there and they played soft and for a couple days, that's why I kind of elevate, the scores were so low the first day for sure.
Yeah.
But they didn't really do anything to trick the golf course up. It was just all weather dependent. And, I don't know, man. I had mixed feelings on the golf course, and the tour players did also.
It's interesting because I know Brooks Koepka was pretty public about not liking the course.
Fitzpatrick,
Jordan Spieth, who, of course, missed the cut, as we predicted on this show on Wednesday, was pretty outspoken against it. What was it about the course these guys didn't like?
Well, I think it was, the fairways are so big. I don't, tour players in general don't like blind shots, right? They don't like to hit blind tee shots. And there was a lot of those blind tee shots there as far back as they had to make the tees. I mean, there was 3 or 4 shots on that golf course off the tee that they're blind shots. And tour guys don't like that. They want to see some stuff right in front of them. And that was really the biggest discrepancy. And then, how they hit, no matter what you hit on some of those holes off the tee, the ball fell in the same place. I mean, there was kind of quirky holes that you almost had to hit it. Well, there was one specifically, I think it's 10 or 11, that you got to hit it on top of the hill to make it stay in the right side of the fairway.
Right.
And that's not good, man. You can't go around doing some stuff like that. So a little bit of the quirkiness that some of those guys didn't like, but more so is those guys don't like blind tee shots, man. And that it's just not a traditional U.S. Open when it comes to something like that.
And you had not just blind tee shots, you had blind approach shots. Some of the second shots to a couple of those par fours were blind over a hill. And I can't imagine that's very fun for these guys, like you said.
No, I mean, and I thought it was, I thought it played in terms of some of the risk rewards. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, there was a couple holes like that little par 3. It might have been 11. I can't really, when we start talking late night golf,
dude,
cocktails are good.
Cocktails are good.
So I misremember some of the holes,
right?
But the drivable par 4 is cool if you have the sack enough to take it over that corner. Obviously that 80-yard to 120-yard par 3, 15. I do remember that one. 15 was pretty cool. You had a couple hole-in-ones. And then when you're coming in down the stretch, the last 3 holes were par 4s, all over 500 yards. And, hey, man, listen, it lends for that. And like I said, I think the biggest discrepancy with the players was they just don't like to hit blind tee shots.
I mean, I wouldn't either, especially when so much of their game is predicated on being able to see the shot and know, especially where it goes and where it lands and, what to expect before you get up to the ball, for sure. So, man, again, though, Wyndham Clark kind of, I want to say he came out of nowhere, but he really didn't. He was kind of there all weekend, but not really in the conversation so much.
When you get a guy that's 80 to 1, obviously he's not one of the favorites. But if you look kind of past, I mean, we talked about this. He won in Charlotte. So he won that tournament, which was an elevated field event. And then we talked about the team match play with Bo Hostler, right? That he was certainly the catalyst on that team.
Right,
I want to say this correctly, right?
Right.
So big thanks for him, man. Wyndham Clark, listen, if anybody kind of watched the backstory and some of the stories about him, and he was a world beater as a kid. Like, he went to Oklahoma State, and that's, at that time, obviously still to this day, predominantly such a great, golf school. And then the trials and tribulations with his mother, that kind of, he did kind of the right thing, left Oklahoma State, went closer to home in Oregon to take care of his family and his mother, and then kind of got on that golf team at Oregon, and then, obviously Pac-12 Player of the Year 2 times. He was a Pac-12 Player of the Year, the Big 12 Player of the Year at Oklahoma as a freshman. So that's just telling you how good the kid was. And then, obviously, when you have some family issues like that, he went back closer to home, take care of his mom, played for Oregon, and then the passing of his mother. So listen, man, if you want to root for a guy that
a few times previously, like you talked about him and Bo Hostler.
Yeah.
And give him tons of credit because, Ricky Fowler was the topic of conversation all weekend. Rory made a huge push on Sunday to get up to a lead at one point.
Yeah.
As Ricky was just, man, it was tough to watch him on the final 9.
Golf is hard, man.
On Sunday.
Final round in a major, U.S. Open, being Ricky Fowler, golf's hard. That pressure, golf is hard. I thought he handled it as good as anyone in professional sports handled how he played on set. Look at a guy like Ricky, and we talk about this all the time. Ricky Fowler shoots 5 over par. He loses the U.S. Open. 5 over par is going to lose you the U.S. Open. He stuck around 2 hours after to sign autographs. After this.
Yep.
First person to give Wyndham Clark a hug and support Wyndham Clark. And they're friends. I think Ricky was one of the guys that kind of recruited him to go to Oklahoma State. So they have a backstory. That's fantastic. Listen, Ricky Fowler has always been a fan favorite. People are really knowing why now. And then now he's starting to play a lot better. Ricky Fowler is going to be in the mix in a lot more tournaments, and this performance that he had there at the U.S. Open, I think sky's the limits going forward for Ricky Fowler. We need to root more for Ricky.
And I posed the question to you, especially in the midst of Rory not winning this one. Does he have another one in him? And I know you mentioned how young he is. We talked about it a little bit on Wednesday.
You know, that's kind of a little the opposite, right? Rory got beat. Mm-hmm. Like Rory played solid, man. Mm-hmm. He didn't lose the golf tournament like Ricky did, right? There's a big difference in that. Rory just got beat. He played. I mean, could he made? Here's a stat that I don't know if I've ever seen. Rory McIlroy hit 17 out of 18 greens on the final round of the U.S. Open on Sunday. 17 out and shot even par. He putted bad.
Yeah,
and he putted bad, and it was just a bad putting. He just putted bad. His game's there. Like I said, Rory McIlroy didn't lose the golf tournament. He got beat. He putted poorly, but he hit the ball good. And how well he putted all week is amazing. And let's be honest with you, man. I want to give more accolades to Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark won that golf tournament.
Yeah, he took it.
He played exactly where he needed to play. Some of those shots and some of those things that coming down the stretch, how he played, he won the golf tournament, man. Those guys. I mean, Rory kind of lost it for Rory. Ricky. I'm sorry, but Rory didn't lose it. He just played a solid, and Wyndham Clark went and got it, man. He just did. And you might not think. I say that in the terms of you might not think so because they shot 1 under an even par.
Yeah.
But 1 under an even par in the U.S. Open, final round of the U.S. Open, is like shooting 66, 67, 68. I mean, super low scores in a normal PGA tournament, especially with those pins. So, hey, man, listen, it was great to watch. It was just great to watch. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
So Clark wins his second PGA Tour event. Of course, his first major, and he's won both of these now in the last month, really. The Wells Fargo, right?
Wells Fargo, yeah.
About a month ago.
In Charlotte.
He had not finished better than, and we talked about this yesterday as we were watching at the bar. T75 was his best finish in 6 previous major appearances since 2020. In 4 of those 6 majors, he didn't even make it to the weekend.
We went to a bar yesterday.
You know, we might. I know I left one. I don't know. I don't remember getting there so much.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think we were.
Okay. I think so, too.
I think we were at a couple.
I think so, too.
Cocktails are good.
My credit card says that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Write it off.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, Clark posted one of the low scores of the tournament with a 64 on Thursday. He entered the final day as the co-leader alongside Ricky Fowler. Their 54-hole score of 200 was the second lowest in U.S. Open history behind Rory with a 199 at the 2011 Open that he won. But, man, Clark, like we talked about, he just took it, man. He seized control of it. An opening birdie on the first hole of his final round, and he just sort of rode that, man.
He never looked like he was he never faltered. Like, he never looked like he was out of control what he was trying to do. Like, he didn't hit any, like, wayward golf shots. He didn't look like he was frazzled or any. For somebody in that position for the first time in a major, he looked as relaxed as a seasoned veteran, man.
Yeah.
He did. And, the way this guy strikes the golf ball, as long as he is, and obviously now as good of a putter that he seems to be, I mean, is this a guy, a new star in the rising, right? I mean, look for him. I mean, is this the proverbial, opening up those can of worms, man, and believing that you can do it? Because there's certainly the talent's there. I mean, he's as talented as anybody on the PGA Tour.
Yeah. And,
there's a lot of guys that are super talented like that, but is it the belief, right? Mm-hmm. Now he has that belief. So we'll see what happens going forward, man. I mean, obviously he's going to be on the Ryder Cup team, and that's going to be something.
He has to be.
Yeah, that's something that's going to be super cool and see. And again, that Ryder Cup team can, that can breed super confidence. Look at what happened to Tony Finau. When he did that kind of similar type of deal. Tony Finau's got more talent than anybody on the PGA Tour. He just hadn't been able to break away. He's got a little bit more. He's golf is third in his life, right? I mean, but he's so super talented. But look for great things. You open up that can of worms with Wyndham Clark, man. You never know.
Of course, he had Rory charging behind him. He never flinched.
Nope.
as he slowly watched Ricky fade away in his rearview mirror, man. And again, poor Ricky. Ricky was the one that looked rattled on Sunday, not Wyndham Clark. And you'd think it'd be the other way around.
Yeah. It's like you going to a buffet, man. You don't flinch, man. You just go and you just go make it happen.
Do love me a good buffet.
Yeah. Luby's.
My absolute favorite restaurant is Luby's Cafeteria.
I know. It's like you getting into Luby's, man. You just bypass that line.
Every year on my birthday, man, that's when I get to go to Luby's.
Mm-hmm.
I get the fried fish with the buttload of tartar sauce because they have the best tartar sauce.
Is it
Luby's.
catfish or what kind of fish? Cod?
It's cod.
Is it?
It's a fried cod fillet, and I get the macaroni and cheese.
Of course you do.
And I get the I'll either get the eggplant casserole.
Ooh.
Which is actually really good, believe it or not.
Stop.
My mom made me try it when I was little, and I've just stuck with it.
You might as well just get the
or I'll get the mashed potatoes.
You might as well get the fruitcake.
Or that's gross with the Jell-O crap in it.
Oh,
or the I'll get some fried okra there every once in a while.
Y'all love fried okra down there.
I do. That's the only kind of okra I'll eat.
Seeds will mess me up.
No, they're good. So yeah, he dropped a stroke. Wyndham Clark did on the easiest hole of the course when. Man, I really thought he was gonna have a double bogey there, but dude, that putt that he made, I can't remember what hole it was. But man, I was sure he was gonna double bogey that hole. But he didn't. He made the bogey putt, and I kind of feel like that was the bullet that he dodged. And after that, when he didn't double bogey, I wish I can remember what it was. Was it the ninth? Was it the par 3 ninth? Maybe it was.
You don't remember.
I don't remember.
You don't.
Yeah, dude, I feel like that was the bullet that he dodged, and he's like, man, I just dropped a shot here. But he never flinched, man. He just kept going.
Here's the key to U.S. Opens. You can get away with bogeys. You can't get away with doubles.
Right.
Because there's not enough birdies out there to make up for a double bogey. So bogeys are fine. You can make bogeys. And bogeys, you just kind of move on. But you can't make I said this the other day, and you said that you're the first person I've ever heard say that. You can't make a Michael Bublé. You can't make that double.
No one knows what that means because you just explained it, though.
They do now.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Does anyone even know who Michael Bublé is? Like, is he that popular?
Yes.
Just in pop culture?
You should know. He's Canadian.
Doesn't mean I like him. There's a lot of Canadians I don't like.
It's like Tom Jones. He's like the Canadian Tom
Do not
Jones.
compare him to Tom Jones.
It's not unusual to be loved.
Tom Jones is a national treasure, sir. Nobody gives a rat's patootie about Michael Bublé.
I appreciate you. You didn't like my singing?
I mean, I marked it, so you'll probably hear it again next week.
I'm sure.
But ultimately, it was the missed green on the par 5 14th that proved the costliest for McIlroy. Facing one of the rare scoring opportunities on the difficult backside of the country club, Rory hit that wedge shot short of the putting. Man, he just completely missed the green.
His wedge game's bad. As good as he is,
Mm-hmm.
that's his downfall, man. His wedge game is. And like I said, I don't want to get too technical. His wedge game is poor because he has so much face rotation, right?
Yeah,
and his distance control with his wedges is so bad, and that's why he drives the ball so long. Because he has a lot of face rotation at the bottom. That's kind of the why he does that. Such a great driver of the golf ball is the opposite why he's such a bad wedge player. Because you're changing the loft of your wedges, right? So your distance control is bad. So it's kind of like the devil's advocate, right? It's like you're so good at one thing. The reason why you're so good at driving the golf ball, it's going to kill you on your wedge game.
Yeah,
it just is, and. He's so talented. I don't know how he fixes it. I don't know if he just kind of has to not think the way he tries to hit his wedges like he hits his driver, and that's the wrong way to do it as a golf pro, right? It's just too much. And once he dials that in, we were sitting there watching him on the first hole. He drove the ball 385 yards. He hit driver.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Driver 8-iron into a 585-yard par 5, and we're like,
that's so ridiculous.
And you were like, I could do that. I said, yeah, that'll be your fifth shot.
5 shots? Yeah.
That would be your fifth shot to where his drive is.
Shut up.
Yeah, so,
you don't know me.
that's like I said, what his greatest strength is his weakness, such as weakness when it comes to his wedges.
You don't know me or anything about my golf game.
It's not unusual.
Mark. So, yes, he hit the fairway on the 18th. It was his first green in regulation since the 14th for Clark. And And man, that stroll up 18 with the crowds, and that's one of my favorite things is 18 of any major really. But they let the crowds just all over around the green.
Yeah.
There, it was a little scary looking for a little while.
Looked like the British Open, right?
Kind of did,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which is really cool.
But the kind of weird part is they only let 22,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you know why? They don't have parking.
Well, not only
it's a
that,
logistics thing.
It's just they sold all the hospitality
Right.
tickets to make that candy,
right?
Which is kind of some of the players are bitching about that too. So hey, listen, hey, I think they got another major there. I think they got another U.S. Open there in like 12 years or something.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, they'll fix it. I mean, like I said, they'll fix it.
Might not be there in 12 years with all the earthquakes.
That's Northern California.
No.
That's San Francisco.
No, it's all over California.
No, it's not.
All of California needs to just be an island.
You need to go there.
I've been there.
Why didn't you stay?
Because it's gross.
No, it's not.
People are gross. The cities are gross. There's nothing in California that's good.
Oh, it's super cheap.
Compared to what?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Jeez.
It's just one of those places. It's kind of like it's so. I want to say this right. It's a lot like Miami. I like to go there for like 3 or 4 days and just get the hell out, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like, listen, I could say it. I'm blessed to go to Pebble and play Pebble every year, twice a year if I'm lucky. And I go there for a week and I love it. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot. And I love going there for a week but I'm tired when I leave, man. It's just a lot. And just California is kind of that's how I feel about it.
So yeah, that's the kind of the rundown. That's how Wyndham Clark was able to stave off Rory McIlroy, as again Ricky Fowler just sort of faded into the sunset there on Sunday. It is a lot of fun watching primetime golf here at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central Time.
If you remember,
if I remember, which a couple of those nights I don't.
Well, last night you certainly didn't remember.
Man, it was a rough last night.
Can I show the video that you sent me when you were home? Golf was still on.
What did I? Oh my! I sent you a video.
Yeah.
Of what?
I said, "How drunk are you?" And you were like,
"Oh." I forgot I did that. My bar rescue moment.
I said on a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk are you? And you went.
I totally forgot I did that. I'm funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at everybody else's rounds here after a quick break. We'll get into Rory's game. Some Scotty Scheffler, Cam Smith. We'll talk a little bit about Ricky Fowler here. We are Fan Stream Sports. This is From the Rough. We'll be back after this. Eventually, when I get there.
Hello, sports fans. Fan Stream Sports.
Hey, you like golf? There's a good chance you do, because I said so. But what do you need playing golf? Well, you need clubs, right? Clubs, you need balls. The thing that people don't usually think about is that golf bag. And that's what most people see when they look at your golf clubs, like right off the bat. And if you've got a raggedy bag, it's not doing you any favors, bud. So get you a new bag. Go over to orca-golf.com. Orca-golf.com. Why are you going there? You're going there because you want a golf bag, but you want one that's kind of screams you. So you want to pick the colors. Well, you can use your own custom colors. Maybe you have a logo in mind. Maybe it's your logo. You're like Prince. You just have a symbol. That's the case, dude, you can get your logo on there. Your name, just get it done exactly like what you want it done. By actual designers. Nothing goes out of their factory without the approval of the founder, Erica Bennett, who is just brilliant. We've seen some of her bags. We've got one of them actually in the studio. And you know what? Dude, it looks good. If you want other people to look at your golf setup and go, man, that just screams Frank. You want that? Then go over to orca-golf.com. Do yourself a favor and use the promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. I'll say that again, DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. So do it today, because Orca Golf is the best choice in the game.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories, and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new Fan Stream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more Fan Stream Sports.
Welcome back to Fan Stream Sports. This is From the Rough. I'm Tim. That's Johnny the Gerbil man.
We are here.
And he's in studio this week.
God bless America. We're in studio for sure. I don't know. I think that's good.
Cocktails are good.
They are. They are.
We know that.
I got a little, my man, Mexico turn, my man, Dale Cox. DC, I know you're watching. This is our Mexico tournament last year. I always put this on there.
Johnny, Utah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Another, we're going back again this year. They haven't kicked me out of Mexico yet.
Does that say double bogey Mexico 2022? This says double bogey, doesn't it? How many double bogeys did you have in Mexico?
Double eagle. I had a hole in one in Mexico last year.
Wait, isn't that called an albatross?
I had a hole in one in Mexico last year.
Did you?
I did.
What was her name?
Nancy's watching the show. Please stop.
What happened?
Father's Day was yesterday, and I didn't get any calls in Spanish, so I'm in good shape.
Did you get any calls from the Orient?
Just one.
Just one, I bet.
But no, DC got us this last year. We're going back this year. We're going back this year with Double Eagle Pro-Am in Mexico in Puerto Vallarta.
Just don't understand people that feel the need to travel to Mexico.
It's fantastic.
I'll never, ever understand that.
Just because you're not allowed, you don't have a passport. Just because you don't have, I know, you're not allowed to get one. There's reasons why.
I don't need a passport.
Yes, you do.
Why?
Yes, you do.
For what? I'm never going to Mexico.
You're not, Canada.
Probably not going back to Canada for a while.
Well, you're not allowed. So there's a reason behind it. You say, I don't need a passport, but you can't get one.
Well, last time I was in Canada, I didn't need a passport.
That was when you were like 7.
That was before 9/11. You didn't need a passport to get into Canada before 9/11.
Well, who the hell wants to go there anyway?
Me.
Well, go.
It's a glorious nation with glorious French-Canadian women. Oh,
it's awful.
Anne-Marie. Saw some stories about Anne-Marie Carbonneau.
We can't. A different show, please, because I could go on and on about your women shit.
I don't have women stuff, sir. Trying my best to keep that out of my life.
Well, try harder, please. Try harder.
Need to do something, don't I?
Just, you're a train wreck.
God almighty, I am. What's the matter with me? All right, back to golf.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was the Tim Show.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining the Tim Show.
Welcome to Jerry Springer.
Let's get back to the Johnny Gerber Show, though. Starring Johnny Gerber.
Yeah.
Rory. God, I can't ever say his name. Rory. It should not be a name.
It's not hard.
It should not be a name. Rory.
Rory's cool. That's a cool
Rory.
name. It's better than Xander.
No, Xander's a cool name. We'll get into him a little bit here.
Better than Coward.
You were bad-mouthing him.
Coward Shoffley. I think between him and Morikawa,
Colin Moore a coward.
yeah, I want to say so many bad things right now.
Yeah, you do. Nancy's watching.
She agrees.
By the way, get well, Nancy.
Yeah.
And Jerome.
Yeah.
Thinking about you guys.
Yeah, hope this brightens their spirits a little bit.
I mean, I'm on the air, so you know they're at least giggling.
Yeah, they like you more than me.
They're giggling at something, probably my hair.
Yeah.
Having a bad hair day today.
Yeah, that's right.
Rory kind of had the golf ball on a string from tee to green, but like the Open at St. Andrews last year, he couldn't get any of his putts to fall. He made a birdie on number 1 to pull even with the leaders, but he couldn't take advantage of the short par 4 6th before leaving 1 on the table on the par 5 8th. His birdie putt from less than 4 feet never even touched the hole.
Yeah.
that was a bad look, man.
It's so weird. Like I said, we said, he hit 17 out of 18 greens, and it looked like he putted bad. And he, for the most part, yeah, he did, but he didn't really putt that. Like, it was just hard to make putts. It was just hard to make putts.
Golf is hard.
Man, golf is hard.
Even for Rory.
Yeah.
Stupid name.
Golf is hard, man. And like I said, he birdied the first hole, and he didn't make another birdie after that.
He put pressure on Clark, I think, with a bunch of fairways and greens hit, but he just couldn't hole any putts. He ranked 58th out of 65 players in strokes gained putting on Sunday. So that tells you a lot right there if you believe in that stat. He had that lone bogey on 14.
Yeah.
Dropped him 3 off of Clark, and kind of by then Clark was on a roll, and there wasn't anything he could do to catch up.
But if you look at it, if you make 1 birdie and 1 bogey in the final round of the U.S. Open, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win.
Sure,
you are. You shoot even par in the last round of the U.S. You're going to win, and just 1 birdie, 1 bogey, and it was stress free. Like I said, Rory didn't have a lot of stress. Like he didn't have a lot of stress. I mean, he was in the middle of the greens. He got disciplined, and that's what Rory needed to do. If you look like the last couple of rounds where he shot 72, 75 going into the last round of the tournament, he tried to press the issue. Like he tried to win the golf tournament as opposed to the golf tournament come to him. And if you look when he shot 75, if he shoots even par, he wins the golf tournament.
Yeah.
So, he kind of learned a little bit that he was very patient. He was very patient, and I liked how Rory was kind of moving around the place. And he won the British Open last time. It was at Hoylake. So going into, obviously he's going to be the betting favorite. That doesn't mean we're going to bet him because we probably can't make much money on him.
Right, he'll be one of the favorites.
Yeah, we talked about that before our betting card, but man, I just really liked the way he kind of transitioned and kind of stayed patient and didn't really press the issue and said, "Hey, man, if even par doesn't win this golf tournament, shooting even par in the last round, then I just get beat."
Yeah,
and he wasn't pissed off. Like he wasn't pissed off. He was like, I played the way I thought I was going to play."
Scotty Scheffler finished 3rd at 7 under. The world number 1 was in the mix in a major. Oh, by the way,
certainly didn't know this week.
Going back to. Did you hear that on one of the tees?
How awesome was that?
That was awesome.
They took that from us.
They did.
We need to get some money on that.
Scotty hit the ball, and you kind of hear a guy in the background yell,
awesome.
"Scotty doesn't know!"
So awesome, wasn't it? How good was that?
I was gonna rewind it and record it and send the audio to you, but I figured you were watching it.
It was so awesome. Yeah. I don't know if you're watching right now.
Of course they are.
That's us. So
you can't do that.
We copyright that. So send me a little $10 bill.
You gotta pay us if you're gonna use Scotty doesn't know.
A little $10 bill.
Out of context. Real quick, Rory. Now it's been 9 years since his last major championship. He's got 19 top 10 finishes in that run.
Yeah,
but he can't break through. Scotty though, once again in the mix at a major on Sunday. Kind of had a stop and go round on Sunday, just similar to Saturday, really. 3 birdies offset by 3 bogeys. It's a streak of top 12 finishes with 17 in a row, and now has top 10 finishes in all 3 majors, with the last 2 resulting in podium finishes. By the way, that's something I would like to see in golf.
Stop.
A podium.
Stop.
We talked about this about a year and a half ago.
We did?
You may not have been on the show.
It's my show. How was I not on the show?
Because you're not always on your own show, because things take priority over the show.
I'm like Mike Greenberg. Like, he's never on Get Up. Like, it's his show, but he's never on. Is that how
I can only watch it when he's on it, too. Those
know.
other people are idiots.
Yeah, they're idiots.
But, yeah, I'd like to see an actual podium. You know, have your first place, your second place, and your third place. And then you can even rank podium. How many podium finishes do you have this year?
Golf doesn't work like that. You don't get medals, and it's only in the Olympics.
It'd be better. Do they do that in Olympic golf?
Yeah.
Is there a podium?
Uh-huh.
Well, then there you go. They do it in golf, see? I just said doo-doo.
I miss doo-doo.
Shots fired.
Shout out to Jason.
Jason who?
Huh?
Jason who?
Cardellino. We call him doo-doo.
Oh. I was like, what the crap are you talking about?
That's my guy. I'm proud of you. Jason, I know you listen. I'm proud of you, bro. I'll see you before I leave.
I don't think I ever really knew his real name.
Yeah, right. Right.
I was like, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
Finishing fourth, Cam Smith at 6 under. He kind of snuck his way up a little bit, the leaderboard, I think, late in the round on Sunday.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you know, he killed himself on Saturday. I mean, he's not the guy that can overpower a place, any golf course anyway, so he relies on his putter. He got a lot of bad breaks on Saturday. I mean, a lot. Like, I'm not saying that because he was on our card, but he just couldn't catch up. Like, he can't – I mean, he played great. He shot 67 on Sunday, but he doesn't have that 62 in the bag. He doesn't hit it far enough. He putts it incredible, and we talked about that on our card. But it doesn't lend that way on a Sunday at the U.S. Open. Other places it can, like the British Open, like he shot 65 to win. But this place you couldn't get it. And Saturday killed him in shooting 1 over par. And if he shot 2 or 3 under par, just kind of stayed steady like he was, he had a good chance. And he had a lot of bad breaks on Saturday.
He did. He started the season really slow. But he's now got 6 straight top 10 finishes, including T9 at the PGA Championship, a solo 4th now here at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
I hate this term. I'm not even going to use it as they have it written out here.
What?
The British Open winner will now go to defend the Claret Jug. They call it the Champion Golfer of the Year.
Yeah, that's
okay. Stupid.
That's all right.
You're not. Especially if it's Cam Smith.
They have no sun and bad food there. They can call it whatever the hell they want.
As long as they keep it there.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of that. Then we had T5s.
They got bad teeth over there, too.
They do. Good day, mate.
Got them.
Even the chicks have bad teeth over there.
They got them raisin tooths over there.
Gross.
They do.
What does that even mean?
Raisin tooth?
Raisin tooth.
You get like one of those little hanger teeth. Look like a raisin.
Do that again. Mark.
Write that down.
Poor Ricky Fowler fell all the way back to T5 along with Minwoo Lee. Wish his sister was playing. Tommy Fleetwood.
I'm going to find her when I'm gone. I mean, she lives here. They live here.
I'll probably find her before you will. But this one's going to hurt, I think, for Fowler. It's clearly his best opportunity to date to win a major. He's had a record-setting amount of birdies.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I don't think he played bad, and you get over playing bad a lot better than you get over playing good and losing. Right?
Do you though?
Yes. As a player, trust me, as a player, if you play bad, you scratch it up as, hey man, I just played bad. I didn't win. I played bad. You get over that faster, as opposed to, I played my ass off and I got beat. I lost this. Like I let this one get away, right? Because you start thinking of little shots. Mm-hmm. Like if I would have made this, and you start really thinking about your round. There's no thinking about the round. He just played bad, and he's over it. Trust me. It's a lot easier to get over playing bad in a bad round than just narrowly missing.
But even when you do that, when you completely fall apart on the back nine on Sunday while leading a major,
you fell apart. You can get over that. You can get over that faster.
I mean, a record-setting amount of birdies, but maybe on the back nine of Sunday, y'all had an equal amount of record-setting mistakes.
He just played bad. I mean, I'm not so sure there wasn't vodka in that little jug he's walking around with.
Man, there should have been. I told you he needed the orange pants. You can't do the orange hat and the orange shirt and the white pants. You got to have the orange. If he'd had the orange pants, he'd have won.
Mushroom belt.
And the mushroom belt.
Got to coordinate.
But I still say that his resurgence is a real thing this year, and he's going to have one of these.
I love it.
Very,
I
very
love
short.
where he's at right now.
I do too.
I really do. I love where he's at.
He's one of the good guys, and I can't wait.
And
to
like
see
we
him
said, I
win.
mean, he shot 2 hours after he shot 75 in a major, lost a major. 2 hours signing autographs. After.
Yep,
first class, man.
no, he is. He's a classy dude. Even though he went to Oklahoma State,
Not for very long.
right? He didn't have to. Can you imagine him at Oklahoma State with NIL? How great that would have been. I love NIL.
T. Boone Pickens, he gotten that T. Boone Pickens.
Yeah, he would have got all of that. T8, you had Tom Kim and Harris English at 4 under. Kim shot the round of the day with a 66 on Saturday. He was one of just 16 golfers to shoot under par on Sunday. If not for his 3 over 73 on Thursday, he might have been able to be in play a little bit, but I think that just killed him. He wasn't able to recover.
Yeah, I mean, he was too up and down, right? He didn't have the steadiness to play U.S. Open. Listen, was this his second U.S. Open? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
He'll learn from this. I mean, the firepower's not really there. He's not one of the longer hitters. I was a little bit more disappointed in Harris English more than anything else. I mean, it looked like he was playing. He just made some terrible mistakes, like rookie mistakes.
Yeah,
and
he was right there.
Hit some bad golf shots, and I like Harris. I really. And it surprised me. He's one of those guys that's pretty steady, and he just made some mistakes that's un-Harris English-like. And maybe that is because he hadn't really been in that mix for a while.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm kind of mixed feelings on Harris English.
And then finally, T10, your boy, Xander Schauffele.
Pass.
John Rahm.
Pass.
DJ. And Austin Eckroat.
Good move.
All at 3 under.
Good move for Eckroat, right? He played fantastic. I mean, he had the benefit of getting out early and getting some of those softer conditions. Not saying that he shoot 65 on
Sunday.
Yeah, 65 Sunday.
Yeah.
That kind of propelled him, and it was good. He's been playing good all year, right? So it doesn't really surprise me that much. But he had the luxury of playing in some softer conditions and kind of free-willing it, right? What was it going to matter to him? It was kind of free-willing it, and he took advantage of some of those spots. And he's one of those guys that's a long hitter, so, he was able to kind of capitalize on the soft conditions.
Yeah. And here we go. Another major goes by with Schauffele unable to seal the deal. The world number 6. I don't know how he's at world number 6 right now.
66. Pick up 6.
Came out with a 62 along with Fowler on Thursday, but he just drifted down the leaderboard as the week went on. He shot 5 over across the 2 weekend rounds. He does now have top 15 finishes in all 7 of his U.S. Open appearances and 6 straight top 20s in major championships.
You know what that's called?
Losing.
Coward.
It's called losing.
He drove the ball on Saturday like you would.
Well, that's a good thing. Does he have a 2001 G5 driver?
240-yard duck hooks. Like the guy hit the ball so bad on I'm surprised he is, and he battled back, and I'll give him a little bit of his accolades for that.
Yeah.
But man, listen, man, I'm just kind of over him. I'm over him. Between him and Morikawa, I mean, is there any more boring?
Those are your 2 favorite guys, aren't they?
Is there any more boring guys out there that just they will never go win a golf tournament? They won't go win.
Not going to take it.
They don't have the cojones to do it. They want people to fall to them, right?
I mean, men take it better.
It's like you're sitting at a bar, right? And you see a pretty girl. Do you go talk to her, or you let the girl talk to you?
Oh no, they always come talk to me.
Time for commercial break.
They always come talk to me.
For you to say that, it's time for commercial break.
What are you even talking about?
Sometimes you just got to take it. Sometimes you just got to go get what you want, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, apparently you don't.
I want them to come give it to me. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Okay, Xander. Yes, Xander. Yes, you go ahead, Xander.
We're going to take the last break of the show. Then we're going to come back and go over our picks, Johnny's picks, his winning picks, and go over his matchups a little bit. Big weekend for matchups for Johnny. Congratulations to him. And we'll tell you all about it coming up next.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hello, golf friends. It's IndyCarTim from the Rough. I want to take just a minute here and tell you about our new friends over at Orca Golf. They make high-quality PGA Tour grade golf bags, and they're the best in the business. They're the real deal. They're the best bags I've ever seen. They even designed a bag for the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus. Head over to orca-golf.com and pick up a great bag from their catalog, or let them customize one just for you. You can use your own custom colors, your own logo, you name it. You work with actual designers, and nothing goes out without the approval of founder Erica Bennett. She's just brilliant. Visit orca-golf.com, that's orca-golf.com, and use our promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. Do it today. Orca Golf, best choice in game.
Guys, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center. Are you experiencing low sex drive, fatigue, hot flashes, moodiness, and you just don't feel like you have the vitality you once had? You're not just getting old, it's likely low testosterone. Studies over the last 20 years show a shocking decline in younger males aged 16 to 39. Older men have seen a sharp decline as well. Do something about it. Go see my friend Christopher Lugo at Bay Area Modern Medicine. Testosterone replacement is not a frivolous treatment. It takes a professional targeted approach that focuses on total body wellness, vitality, and emotional stability. Not a one-size-fits-all approach like many clinics use. They will monitor your blood work and adjust your treatment as needed for optimal results. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough, final segment of the show here on FanStream Sports, talking 123rd U.S. Open at the Los Angeles Country Club. And, man, I got to tell you,
LACC.
I love the monkeys on 14.
The penthouse monkeys or the
Playboy Mansion monkeys.
Yeah.
I think that's the best feature of the course.
I told you you don't remember. When,
I remember you telling me this.
Me and Jeb.
Yeah.
Me and Jeb were
Waterbed.
out there. Well, you want goddamn it. We were out there to the. This was 2005 or 6. We were out there. Went to the Texas UCLA game.
Gross.
With Goofball.
Yep.
McConaughey.
Yep.
And we tried to get our Jeb. We tried to get in the mansion. All right, we were driving around. It was like,
He was still alive back then too, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we were halfway there. We were halfway there with just me and Jeb driving around town. We're like, you know, we're gonna get in this goddamn game. Sound like Boomhauer on. No, you know,
good
there.
times.
If you tell Jeb he can't get in somewhere, he's getting in.
He's getting in.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So we are halfway in, and then the thing about LACC, like you could drive around that whole area, like you don't know it's there, like it's all shrubbed up.
Yeah.
Like you don't know it's even there, and that's how they want it.
Yeah.
That's how they want it.
Some privacy.
I think I don't want to make anything up, but when McConaughey was living out there in Malibu, I think he tried to get in there because he's a big golfer.
Sure.
Like I think he tried, and they were like,
There were thanks, but no thanks.
firm pass. I'll have to confirm that.
All right.
Yeah, they weren't messing with
He
that.
probably pulled one of those, and they were like, nope.
No, that he doesn't. He doesn't really do that. Trust me.
He hates that, doesn't he?
Yes.
Well, then he shouldn't have done it.
Oh, it's made him famous.
Came up with it on the spot. Apparently, it wasn't scripted.
Yeah, I mean,
That terrible movie that was in.
that was awesome.
That was a horrible movie.
Your taste in movies is
I
terrible.
don't even know what movie it was. What movie was it?
Yes,
I don't remember the name of it.
King Kong.
King Kong. I don't think
Yeah,
McConaughey was
That's what
in
he said to
Kong.
King. That's what he said to King Kong.
Now, I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Okay,
It's Know How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, that's for sure.
certainly not that one.
It's his greatest film of all time.
Because you like Kate Hudson.
She's all right. She's all right.
Speaking of Kate Hudson, can we get in our picks, please?
So my picks, again, are for fun, clearly, because I don't make any money. And it's a damn good thing because, man, I missed big time. As I pick a winner, a top 10 and a top 20 every week. And I knew my pick, because I made this pick with my heart, not my head, not my betting head. Of course, I had to throw Max Homa in there. I had to throw him a bone and say, hey, man, I believe in you.
This is why you don't bet for real.
I believe in you at
I
28 to
believe
1.
I can fly. This is
that
a
song,
singing.
too.
This is a singing show tonight.
Hate that song.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Is that what you're doing? Because I'm not sure.
You cut me off.
Max Homa missed the cut at +4. He missed it by what? One, right? It was 3. Was 3 the cut line?
Might as well have been 100.
It might as well have been. So I missed out on my winner. My top 10, just a bit outside. Terrell Hatton at +250 for the top 10. He tied for 27th at 2 over.
Mm-hmm.
And my top 20 at +160 also missed the cut at 4 over on Friday.
Man,
Justin Rose.
This guy, I really liked him this week. I mean,
Did too. Especially for a top 20, right?
we hit foul balls sometimes, man. We just do. But you know what the good part is? Sometimes when we hit foul balls, they're still home runs,
You score.
and we make some candy.
Sometimes when there's only one pickle in the pickle jar, you just got to eat that pickle.
Sometimes Johnny's Picks is always brought to you by Golf Central Magazine. The new June issue just dropped today at golfcentralmag.com. Go check it out. Go check out your cart girl, beer cart girl. Well, I guess they just call it the cart girl, right? They don't call it the beer cart girl.
Buenos dias.
Or do they call it the beer cart girl? I don't
think
remember.
They just call it a cart girl.
Of the month. I mean, that's all we get from the beer cart is beer. The cart, we'll call her the cart girl of the month. You got your bachelorette of the month, your bachelor of the month. All the travel, the golf, the philanthropy, all that good stuff over at golfcentralmag.com. Go check them out. As I mentioned, the new issue just dropped yesterday or today. I can't remember.
Shout out to Terry. She's the best.
Terry is the best. We love you, Terry.
Shannon, Terry, they're mad.
Shannon's
at me.
pretty good, too.
Terry's mad at me right now. So
She should be.
I know. I just been.
I'm mad at you, too, right now.
Why?
I don't know.
You'll make up some shit.
I'll figure it out before the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, who was on your card this week?
What? Listen,
That's a bad question, huh?
that was a bad question, but it was a profitable week, and this is why we talk about this all the time. Follow the system. Follow the matchups. Follow the system like we had last week.
Yep.
Follow it. I know you guys, half the year so far, you guys have been cussing me out. But this is why I tell you to follow the system. It's not a matter if it's $1, it's $10, doesn't matter. Follow the system. We didn't have a winner this week. Our first pick on the board was, I don't even want to say his name. I don't.
Do it. You have to.
I have been touting him for 3 months. 16-1, Patrick Cantley. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Let's just say he didn't win.
Boo.
T14, 2 under.
Yeah, Terrell Hatton, the Volcano, 28-1. But I did win the bet. I did win the bet. He broke 3 clubs.
What was the over-under for? You picked the under?
2.5.
Oh, you got the over. Okay.
Yeah, I got the over. 2.5, and I said that on
He's
there.
got a temper, man.
Oh, boy. And he was
love
on
it.
tilt 28-1. I thought he was a good golfer. He just didn't drive it nearly as well as he has the last couple weeks, and it killed him.
Golf is hard.
It is. Golf is hard and cocktails are good. I mean,
Cocktails are good.
that's just the only way you can go about it. So, no performance. Cam Smith, 28-1. Man, I really thought he'd make a move. Saturday killed him. But he's fit for this. He is fit for a U.S. Open. And he made a move. I'm not disappointed on that pick. At 28-1, a lot of value, man. I really liked him. And if he had a few more holes, if there was 18 more holes, I would pick Cam Smith. Like, he was in that 71 that he played in so many bad spots.
Yeah.
71 was a really good score. He just couldn't catch up. Ham sandwich pick this week, Denny McCarthy at 110-1. Great value. I think he finished like T18 or something like that. Just had a bad stretch. Got off to a little bit of a rough start. Couldn't catch up because he doesn't hit the golf ball. He can't dominate a golf course like DJ. So he had to play really solid. He made 3 double bogeys through the week, and you just can't catch up with a guy like Denny McCarthy. You just can't. DJ, you can catch up, but double bogeys on U.S. Opens are death. You can't catch up. Best putter in the world. I thought there was great value. Couldn't get there. Top 10 picks, Justin Rose, plus 550, like we said. MC Hammer, just a mystery. Cam Davis, another mystery. He was DFL. I mean, plus 900, which was a mystery. I thought it was a great golf course for him.
Man, he shot 11 over.
And I touted the Aussies this week because I thought it set up really good, like a kind of a sand belt place like they used to. And it was. And it certainly was. These guys just didn't come into really good form. We did cash in on Ricky Fowler finishing in the top 20 at plus 280. Like I said, if we had him in the top 10, we'd cash a little bit more. But I really liked him on the card. I just need to see a little bit more, and we saw it. So he did cash in for us. And Adam Scott, plus 330 to finish in top 20. He missed a cut also. We went 5-1 on matchups. 5-1 on matchups is unheard of. 5-1 on matchups. 3-0 on Saturday. That got us to a profitable week of plus $80. So for not getting winner, only getting one top 20, top 10, for us to profit $80, it's fantastic. So that got us to a year-to-date total plus $7,120. And our are you sitting down?
Sitting down.
Our matchup total for the year. 63, 18, and 5.
That is unprecedented.
63, 18, and 5. I'll give you every bet card that I play. 63, 18, and 5. I mean,
documented.
Catch me outside. How about
Don't
that?
ever say that again.
I'll say whatever I want to.
It's your show.
When it's 63, 18, and 5, I can kind of do what I want to do.
Accept that.
Okay, I won't say it again.
It's gross.
I mean, it's your show because you have the ability to cut me off anytime you want. You're sitting in the box in there.
So, okay, give me your matchup record again.
Why are you gonna cut me off?
No.
63, 18, and 5.
Here's what I think of when I hear 63, 18, and 5.
There you have it. I'm sure
For those of you not watching the video, you're missing out.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. And you got mad at you don't remember because you got drunk. You got mad at me yesterday. Remember when I talked about Paige Sporanic?
Oh yeah, you can't talk bad about her. I'll kick your butt.
No. You said you follow her, and I said
I didn't get mad at you.
Yes,
I'm honored. I'm honored to know you.
You follow her too, and
she
I follow
follows
her too.
you.
And she followed me because of my picks. She said your picks are incredible. Your record is great. I said, well, I'm better than that. But anyways. 63, 18,
well, see, then you need to do your boy a solid and go, hey, I got this other really good friend of mine you should follow.
63, 18, and 5.
And you should come on our golf show.
63, 18, and 5.
Just telling you, I'm just going to leave that on the screen.
Please take it off now because Nancy's watching. That's
Oh,
not
no.
going to make her feel better. It might make Jerome feel better, but
There you go, Jerome. That one's for you.
certainly not. Certainly not Nancy.
Nancy's not going to like that very much, is
No,
she?
no.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the show for today. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Special thanks to Orca Golf at orca-golf.com. Of course, our friends at Turf Life at turflife.club. Go check them out. And, of course, Golf Central Magazine. God, we got too many sponsors now. I can't remember all of them.
We never have too many sponsors. Don't ever say
I just
that.
can't remember. See who are.
Don't-
Put them all on the screen
We got to
here.
start doing a 2-hour show
The
like we talked about.
don't forget about the Golf Depot in Gahanna, Ohio. Appreciate those boys. We
got
got
a new sponsor coming on next month, Orion Golf.
we hope so. Yeah, we got Orion Golf on the screen right there. We'll tell you a little bit about them hopefully next month.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're excited for those boys. We will be back on Wednesday. Maybe Johnny in the studio. Well, he'll be here. I'll make sure he's here because he'll still be in town.
I will.
To preview, what do we have coming up? The Travelers?
Travelers, big elevated field event, so it's going to
Yep.
be a good field.
We will preview the Travelers 5 o'clock Central Time on Wednesday at fanstreamsports.com and, of course, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And heard later that evening on your favorite podcast app, recorded. If you can't tune in live, we would appreciate you very much.
That app's awesome.
And by the way, it's not out for Apple yet, but if you have an Android device, head over to the Google Play Store and download the brand spanking shiny new FanStream Sports app. You can hear all of our live shows plus rotation of the current shows, everything over there on the FanStream Sports app. We would appreciate you downloading that and then giving it a 5-star rating, of course, so the App Store shares it with everybody. On a scale of 1 to 10, Johnny, how great is the app? That's right. Greatest show ever for those of you that get that reference. All right, Johnny, we'll see you on Monday. We'll be back, like I said, 5 Central. Until then, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.